Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you've been with us before, welcome to the channel. If this is your first time, we are Lee Allen Presents. I am Alan, this is Leanne, and these are our WrestleMania predictions, part 1. So, originally, we were going to do night 1 and night 2, like we did with last year's. I can't remember if we were covering wrestling the year before that on our channel. I don't think we were. I don't know, we didn't have a channel at that point. Because we're going to come up to the 2-year anniversary of our channel now, so we didn't have a channel at that point. So, last year we did night 1 and night 2. They announced the sort of match splits prior to the event. Unfortunately, this year, WWE just seemed to be dicking everyone around, and they've only announced 2 splits for the matches, and that's John Cena and Austin Theory and Seth Rollins versus that other guy, and they're both going to happen on Saturday. We already know that Cody and Roman's going to headline the Sunday, but as such, it makes it a bit difficult to kind of split them out per night. So we can't do night 1 predictions and night 2 predictions. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to do non-title matches predictions and then title match predictions. So this video will be the non-title matches. The next one, which will be uploaded tomorrow, if you're watching this on the day it drops, will be the title matches.
So for reactions, we'll still be doing
night 1 and night 2, yeah.
So, if you're watching the reactions, you better have watched both of our predictions videos, or you will know what we're talking about.
Yeah. So across the 2 nights, there's 13 matches. I believe there was a lot more last year. Let me just travel back in time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Hang on. There's predictions, or they? Yeah, there was at least 14 across the nights, and they did seem really, really long. Oh, wait, hang on. No, I saw it done. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 matches last year, at least. So this was a little bit less this time around. And again, we can't really do what's happening on what night, because we don't know that information, quite bluntly. We just can't do it. So what we're going to do is, we're going to do the non-title matches first. What I've done is I've gone from the bottom of the WrestleMania page on the WWE website and gone through the match listings in reverse order.
Cool.
So the top tier matches should be towards the top, so on our card it'll be on the bottom. So, just for example, Reigns versus Cody was going to be the last match, because that is the main event for the entire show. So I went through and I listed all the non-title matches in that reverse order. I've done the same with the title matches, which will be in the next video in part 2 of our WrestleMania predictions. And yeah, so we're going to just jump straight into them. So first things first, The Miz is the host of WrestleMania this year. I'm not quite sure why. I don't know why he hasn't got a match. I don't think he's wrestled in a few months.
No.
So I'm wondering if he's got some sort of injury, or they just haven't got anything for him, but want to keep him on TV. I don't know.
Yeah,
I have no idea. It could be that Miz and Mrs. is coming back, his reality TV show, and it could be that they just want to keep him sort of in the limelight, in the spotlight, to make sure that nobody forgets that, hey, look, the Miz is a thing.
He's got that host sort of personality. So
yeah.
fits.
But with that, are they going to do something wacky with the Miz? Is someone going to turn up and be like, you're not the host, I'm the real host? Or are they just going to bounce him? Like, is Stone Cold Steve Austin going to turn up and stunner him?
They had this whole thing for a few weeks where, or it was at least in one, where people kept trying to convince him to have them as his second host. So maybe there will be a second host that he'll bring in as a surprise.
Maybe. That'd be interesting.
Who knows?
But I've always thought that the host of WrestleMania thing was a bit...
Yeah, they like say 2 things and that's all you see of them for the whole time.
I can't even remember if there was one last year, but I remember... Oh yeah, I think it was Hogan and Titus O'Neil.
Yes.
And it's like, really? What?
Weird choices anyway, but...
Yeah, so The Miz is the host of WrestleMania. Okay. Whether or not that actually comes to something decent, I don't know. It's going to be a shame not to see Miz wrestling at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But, hey, it is what it is. Okay, so the first match we're going to talk about is actually the last match that was announced, and that was on SmackDown last week, and that is Rey Mysterio versus Dominik Mysterio.
Yes.
So, again, we've kind of talked a lot about this in the previous things, the way the Judgment Day and Rey Mysterio have been feuding and whatnot, and Judgment Day and Edge. So we're not going to give a full recap. It has been a bit of a long burn. I mean, the seeds were planted. There's a Clash of the Castle back in September when we were there watching the live event, and Dominik kind of gave Edge the boot between the uprights and sort of turned on his dad. And then sort of joined the Judgment Day, and the last sort of maybe 2 or 3 months, maybe a bit longer, Ray's been like, you know what, you want to fight me? Fight me. You want to hit me? Hit me. And Ray's like, no, you're my son. I'm not going to hit you. I'm not going to hit you. Never going to hit you. I'm never going to fight you. Don't even ask. And then on SmackDown last week, they had Rey Mysterio's wife, who's obviously Dominik's mother, and Dominik's sister in the crowd, in the front row. Mm-hmm. And Dominik starts berating them. And he's trying to say something to his mother, and the mother snatches the microphone out of his hand for Dominik then to snatch it back, and he literally screams at his mother to shut up. You just see Ray then coming back down, he's looking all PO'd, and he's like, oh, and he punches Dominik square in the side of the head. Yeah. And Dominik's like, oh my God, what the hell just happened? Kind of deer in the headlights look at his face laying on the floor. It's like, oh, this is beautiful, this is great, I love it. And then he's like, you want a match? You want to fight me so bad at Mania? You got it. And it's like, oh, it's on. It's on. It is. And it's like, it's this story's been quite up and down a lot for me. It's just been a bit too much of a slow burn.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're finally getting it. We're finally getting to that point.
Yay.
And it's probably noteworthy to mention that Rey Mysterio is being inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. Mm-hmm. I believe he's the head of the class because he was the first one that got announced. Anything to add to this?
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to Dominik being put in his place a bit.
Yeah.
Pretty sure the rest of Judgment Day are going to get involved, or at least...
Damien Priest, maybe?
Yeah,
Damien Priest is the only one of the Judgment Day that does not have a match.
Mm-hmm. So he's going to be... And he had the match with Ray
on Raw last night. That's right.
Dominik was in and interfered in. Mm-hmm. So they'll probably repay the favour. I think Ray's going to get the upper hand anyway. Yeah. So is that your prediction? That's my prediction. Rey Mysterio's going to win? And the crowd goes wild.
See, and I'll cover this a bit more specifically a little bit later on. I think that this could be on SmackDown, because SmackDown hasn't aired yet. So we're doing a prediction prior to SmackDown, because by the time we watch SmackDown, record it, get them out, WrestleMania will be airing. So yeah. So we're doing a bit early. So as always, if anything does change in terms of new matches or stipulation or whatnot, and they get changed and our predictions are changed, or we need to add new predictions down on the card, we will put them in the description to the video down below, just so you know we're not cheating. I think this would be a great time to re-elevate Judgment Day and have Dominik go over Rey Mysterio. Ooh. But then to also go, so Rey could go, right, you want to up the stakes, you want to really play hardball. If I win my match, you leave the Judgment Day. If you win your match, this match, I will retire. Yeah. And I think it's time for Rey to retire.
I was thinking if it does go the other way, there should be a retirement angle. Because going into the Hall of Fame is usually for retired wrestlers. Mm-hmm. And, you know, he is definitely looking gassed 10 minutes into a match at the moment.
Yeah. And I'm going to pick Dominik.
Okie dokie.
Just because that's kind of what I want to see. I want to see... Like, the problem with Rey Mysterio, he's not a bad wrestler at all, not by any stretch of the imagination, okay? But going back sort of years and years and years ago when he came into WWE, after he was in WCW, and he came over and he joined WWE and he started fighting for the belts and stuff. Big Show was the world champion. Rey Mysterio beats Big Show in a title match to win the title clean. Clean. Yeah. No cheating, no interference. Some guy who's shorter than me beats a guy who's 7'3". That's when I tuned out Rey Mysterio, because like, that's impossible. That's not going to happen. Wow. It's just not going to happen. You know? And that put me off Rey Mysterio for a long time. And I'm still kind of like, oh, all right, fine. The little man who can do everything. You know, and I don't mind an underdog story, but that's a bit of a you know.
Fair enough.
I'm trying to keep this PG. But I'd really like to see that. I'd like to see Dominik go, right, you know, you retire if I win the match. Yeah. And then Rey's like, yeah, fine, whatever. And then he takes Dominik too lightly, and Dominik just beats the hell out of him and wins.
Okay. All
right. The next two matches are what I'm going to be classing as filler matches. Okay. Okay. They're being called showcase matches, Fatal 4-Way showcase matches. In the first one, the men's match, we have 4 teams. Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders in a Fatal 4-Way tag team showcase match. That's a long one. This kind of just feels like they've turned around and gone, oh, wait a minute, we haven't got Street Profits on the card. Oh, wait a minute, we haven't got Braun Strowman on the card or Ricochet. We probably should do... I know, let's just dump a load of teams in and stick them on the card. And if anything is going to get bumped to the pre-show, if there is one, it's going to be this or the next match, which we'll talk about in a minute.
Yeah, definitely. There's nothing at stake. If they showed for the men's one, they literally... Was it this one? No, it might have been something else. They just put the listing up on the... That was the Battle Royale.
Oh, that was the Andre Battle Royale for SmackDown.
That's fine. We'll allow this.
For WrestleMania SmackDown.
They had sort of qualifying matches for these ones, didn't they?
Nope. It was the women's one that had qualifying matches. This one didn't.
What was Braun and Ricochet doing? Was that just like a warm-up thing? They were doing something.
What, on Raw last night?
Yeah.
That was Braun Strowman and the Street Profits against Alpha Academy and the Viking Raiders.
Yeah, so it's kind
all
of
four
these same...
teams, yeah. It's all 4 teams, but that was an 8-man tag as opposed to a fatal 4-way.
That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah. I guess I'm saying that it has no stakes and...
Yeah. They could easily up this and go, the winner of this match gets a title shot against the tag champs after WrestleMania.
It's just for a bit of fun, I suppose. That's what it feels like. There's no...
Bit of fun. It's filler. It's filler. Like I would much rather see the Andre Battle Royale go back onto WrestleMania.
WrestleMania beach episode.
That's the next one. You watch more comments somewhere. Yeah, I mean... I don't really care about this match. The only good thing about this match in my mind is the Viking Raiders are on a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But they're not going to win it.
No.
Because they came back with this fire in their stomachs and they're like going to rip the roster apart and they've barely won a damn match.
Yeah, they're not
absolute crap. Oh, let's stick them against Drew and Sheamus all the time. Well, it's clear they're not going to lose against Drew and Sheamus, are they? You know? Oh, let's stick them against Hit Row. Okay, they're going to win that one. That's the only one they have won as far as I can remember.
Yeah. And they're going against...
Braun and Ricochet, Street Profits and Alpha Academy.
Yeah. I mean... Braun and Ricochet, that's not even a tag team.
No.
They're just friends.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who you got winning this one? That's all we got. Unless you got anything else to put into this?
No, I've got nothing.
Who you got?
I think it might be Braun and Ricochet for some reason.
Braun and Ricochet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the odd ones out. I don't know. I think they're going to have a lot of commentary about how they're not... The other teams have team chemistry and all this, so they might... undersell Braun and Ricochet and then they'll get it.
Maybe. I'm gonna go Street Profits.
Cool. That would have been my second choice.
I don't know. I just think they're just gonna go with the safe option. I get the feeling, you know. And Montez did put on a really good show at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
So I feel if they didn't have him win this, if it is for a tag team title shot, they're just kind of going, here's your reward. Slap. No, it's not. Can't have your cake and eat it, pal.
Yeah.
You know, that's a Vince McMahon move.
Yeah.
And it kind of feels like some of the dessert choices recently feel like Vince is almost back in that seat.
It's like it was down here and then it was like, oh, Triple H. Vince is back. It hasn't gone all the way back down.
It's kind of
hovering.
peaked and it's kind of just doing this little wavy
bit.
line on that top point there.
Yeah, but I guess hopefully, whatever the result of this, there will be something that comes out of it. Like you say, they'll get an opportunity, or at least there's they're now number 1 contenders for the tag team championships.
And that makes sense. Put something on the line for it, you know?
Yeah.
Moving on to the second of these showcase
Beach
episode matches. We've got the women's Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Showcase match. And again, they haven't said if there's any stakes to this, but you've got Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Natalya and Shotzi, who apparently call themselves the Blackhearts.
That's cool.
Versus Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey versus Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. Again, in a Fatal 4-Way Showcase, blah, 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 blah. This is the one where the teams had to qualify.
Most of them, right?
Apart from Ronda and Shayna.
Yeah.
We just kind of waltzed into it.
They literally walked halfway down the ramp, said some stuff, walked back, and then suddenly they were in the match.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I got nothing else to say about this one. It's again, I mean, like, Raquel was teaming with Shotzi not long ago against Ronda and Shayna.
Yeah.
It makes sense to keep those as a team. But instead, we've got Shotzi and Natalya now, and Liv Morgan and Raquel. Like,
Natalya doesn't suit a tank.
Huh?
I'm telling you that much.
No, she
She's
doesn't.
in this tank trying to look like she sort of fits the whole aesthetic. It's like, no, you don't. No.
No. It's just awful. And then Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. That's a waste.
The Karens.
Michin would have been better served in this. Or, I mean, it was Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville versus Michin and I can't remember her name. Candice LeRae.
Yes.
And they had Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green go over. Like, What?
I think some people must be finding the whole Karen thing really amusing and they're just going to push it.
I'm sick and tired of her going, I want to speak to the manager every single week.
There's enough of that in real life.
Yeah.
Leave us alone.
Who you got?
I'm going to go Shotzi and Natalya.
Shotzi and Natalya?
Yeah.
Really?
Natty always gets her way.
And Ronda Rousey doesn't?
I don't know. I feel like them not qualifying might mean that they might miss a trick.
The only
somewhere
reason
or have
I
everyone
think...
gang up on them or something.
I think the only reason they didn't qualify is, did you not notice what Ronda had in her arm?
No.
She had a brace on her elbow.
Oh.
She's injured and is
Wow.
hoping to be cleared for Mania. Either way, I've got Ronda and Shayna.
Fair enough.
Because...
I mean, it makes more sense if they win because they're...
I get the feeling that this will become the winner gets a tag title shot.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you'll have Ronda and Shayna going after not Damage Control, Becky Lynch and Lita, and they will win the belts.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ronda will be like, I'm a Grand Slam female champion, blah, 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 blah.
Yes, the Grand Slam.
Yeah.
They do like breaking records and things in WWE.
They do. I mean, we've got Asuka. Has Asuka won? Yeah, Asuka's a Grand Slam champion. Alexa Bliss is a Grand Slam champion. Bailey.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Bailey.
Belts.
And now Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
I think there's only 4 Grand Slam women's champions in WWE at the moment. As long as I can... Somebody mentioned in the comments if I've missed anyone, but I'm pretty sure it's just those 4 off the top of my head. No, Sasha Banks, but she's not in the company anymore, so I guess she doesn't count.
No.
Okay, anyway, let's get off this beach episode and the filler.
That was fun.
Next up, we've got, I think could be very intriguing, we've got Edge
Yes.
versus Finn Balor in a Hell in a Cell match.
But not just Finn Balor.
So we've got Edge versus Finn Balor, Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
So, Elimination Chamber, you had Beth Phoenix and Edge versus Rhea Ripley and Finn Balor. That really should be the end of the feud when Beth and Edge won.
Yeah.
Edge had a United States Championship match the next 2 nights after on Raw. Finn Balor comes out, costs him the title. A few weeks later, Edge is fighting... Finn Balor's fighting, I think it was Mustafa Ali. Edge comes out, cost him that match. And it's still going on. It's like, right, okay, great. Is this feud ever going to end? And then, like, Finn's like, I want you at WrestleMania. Let's end this once and for all. Edge comes out in the next week, and he's like, all right, let's do it. Hell in a Cell. And then we've had not much since then, apart from Edge cut a promo last week saying, I want you to bring all your demons because this devil's going to put you down. Or something to that effect.
It was pretty cool, whatever it was.
It was a really, really good promo. If you haven't seen it, last week's Raw was... I love that promo. That's why it's great. And then last night on Raw, because it's Tuesdays we're recording this, last night on Raw, Finn Balor comes out and he starts doing this sort of retort back to it, and you just see the demon kind of makeup flashing, and it's like, oh, they're going to do the demon.
Yes.
And then the image graphic pops up, and it's like Edge versus the demon Finn Balor, and it's like, oh, they're bringing the demon back. They're bringing it back.
I think I'd quite have liked it if the demon would have been a surprise.
Yeah, I agree.
But at the same time, it is quite fun to get
Just
hyped up about it.
Tease it, mention that word once or twice, and then just let it ride.
So then you're wondering, but now we know, but it is fun to be hyped up about it.
I kind of hope, and I think I mentioned this when we were watching it, I kind of hope that the demon isn't the red and white.
Yeah.
I want it to be purple and white, or purple and black,
The
to
Judgment Day
to match
demon.
the Judgment Day colours, yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
And then Edge will probably come out to the Brood stage with the fire going off everywhere.
Yes.
That's going to be sick. But it's going to be Hell in a Cell. And he did have an interview where he's got some pretty silly ideas, or pretty extra silly ideas, something like that. And he's like, I don't know if they'll let me do them, but let's see. It's like, what has he got in mind now? Oh, God, here we go. So, yeah, this could be very interesting.
Yes, it could.
But this has to be the final nail in the coffin for this feud.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into Monday after Raw, Raw after Mania, and have them just renewing this feud again, going through SummerSlam. It's like, God, just stop it. Stop it.
Surely bringing out the demon signals the end.
Yeah. And they've always said the demon is kept for, like, the special... What's he doing?
I don't know, I think he's going to attack your feet.
The demon's always sort of reserved for special occasions or special necessities, I guess you'd call it. So the fact they're bringing this out, it's going to be extra special.
Oh, yeah.
Who have you got?
Oh, it's tough. I love Demon Finn Balor so much. I think, though, I don't know. Maybe Finn Balor. Yeah, I'm gonna go Finn Balor.
You go Finn Balor?
Yeah.
Who am I going for?
Finn Balor.
Finn Balor.
Yes.
As much as I like Edge, I mean, I'm wearing an Edge shirt right now.
Yeah.
I think that it doesn't benefit Edge to win this feud.
Yeah.
It does benefit the Judgment Day.
Yeah. Like raising them up, like you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
And Edge, you were saying as well in a previous video, Edge wants to get another title run before he finishes. So it doesn't matter if he doesn't win this.
Yeah.
He can just end it and move on to the title run.
Mm-hmm.
Or well, chasing the title at this point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we get to see Finn Balor win.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Swiftly moving on to the next match then. This is another... Oh, God, really? We've got Brock Lesnar versus Omos.
Here we go. They did a weigh-in. Why do you need to do a weigh-in?
I don't know.
Just look at the man. He's huge.
I don't... So it's probably a good thing that the original plan... So, was it Elimination Chamber we fought Bobby Lashley? Let me just go back to my notes a sec. Yeah, Brock versus Bobby. And then prior to that, Bray Wyatt was like, whoever wins that match, I'm going to face, you better run, etc., etc. Bobby Lashley wins via disqualification. It later came out that Brock Lesnar got disqualified in the storyline because he legitimately doesn't want to work with Bray Wyatt.
Oh.
And it's like, why?
Yeah.
That
Something
would be
going on
that
there.
would be amazing. Like Brock Lesnar versus this new Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
I think that would be amazing.
Must be a personal problem?
Maybe he just doesn't like the character. I don't know. I honestly don't know. As it stands, though, unfortunately, it seems that Bray Wyatt is injured because they started the whole feud thing with Bobby Lashley, but now Bobby Lashley's nowhere to be seen on the WrestleMania card.
Yeah.
Instead, he's on the WrestleMania SmackDown under the giant Battle Royale Memorial Battle Royale. Blah, 20 words.
Yep.
And it's like, well, that feels like a bit of a wasted opportunity.
Yeah. They could have done something huge.
But then Omos has the personality of a brick wall, which is why they've teamed him with MVP. Rags, what are you doing?
Pouring at me.
And that's obviously why they've paired him with MVP.
Yes.
But pairing him with MVP doesn't necessarily make him any more likable. It's not going to make him... Like, Omos has come a long way, I'll give him that.
Yeah.
But he's still not that interesting.
Yeah.
MVP's
great.
Yeah.
Omos is tall.
Like, in the ring, I don't really care. Oh, he's a lumbering giant. He doesn't move quick. He's just a big slab of meat. Job done. Okay, great. Awesome.
I've seen it all before.
He landed a pretty impressive kick on Brock on Raw last night, but
we've
that's
seen it all
all
before.
Yeah.
We've seen it all better.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
By people of similar sizes, if not bigger. It's been done. And it's not, he's not bringing anything unique to it.
Nope. Nope. Rags, what are you doing?
Yeah, so, I don't know. It seems like I'd call this more filler, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I agree. And it's a shame, because Brock's probably coming to the end of his WWE run right now.
Yeah, well,
and
maybe he shouldn't have passed up an opportunity to work with Bray Wyatt.
Well, the thing is, the match wouldn't have happened anyway. If Bray's legitimately injured or ill, I think it was an illness, I think I read, actually. He's ill, that's why the match... it wouldn't have happened anyway.
No.
But... Yeah, this feels a bit stupid.
Yeah.
And it feels like they're just burning up one of Brock Lesnar's contractual matches for no good reason.
Oh, well.
Who you got?
Brock.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar, I agree.
Yeah. If Omos wins, I think everyone in the stadium walks out.
I know, you'll hear a pin drop. If Omos wins, you will hear a pin drop. It'll be like WrestleMania, 30, when Brock Lesnar beat Royal Undertaker and beat the streak, to the end of the streak. It'll be like that, it'll be a pin drop.
Don't want that.
No.
And then the chants will start.
The one thing that will be impressive is when Brock Lesnar gets him up for that F5.
Yes.
And he slams him with it. Or that first German suplex he's going to hit him with. Oh.
That's the one thing that I guess the crowd seem to be looking forward to, because every time those two have been in the ring, like for the weigh-in and things, it's been chants of Suplex City. And yeah, that'll be... I don't know how many you managed to get him up for, but...
The thing with a move like that, and Taz is quite keen on saying about this, the smaller you are, the lower your hips are to the ground in relation to your opponent, the easier it is to pull off a suplex like that.
Yeah, because you need your centre of gravity to be lower than your opponents, and then you just tip them over.
You just tip them off balance, yeah. You just jerk and tip them off balance. So we could get double digits of Suplex City on Omos.
Interesting. That could be fun. But not a WrestleMania match,
No,
I think.
no. I don't think this is going to garner any WrestleMania moments.
No.
Unless
something really funny happens, like a Titus World Slide type thing.
Just do us a favour, Brock. Don't try and do another shooting star press.
Oh, please don't.
Please.
You'll hurt someone.
Please.
Probably yourself.
Okay. Yeah. So,
all right.
Moving on to the next match. We're flying through these. Moving on to the next match, we've got a 6-woman tag team match. And I'm a bit annoyed about this match because this is one of the reasons that the tag team titles for the women's division are not on the line.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish Stratus facing Damage Control, who is Io Sky, Dakota Kai, and Bayley.
Yeah.
I feel this is a bit of a weird move because you should probably have all your titles on the line at such a big show.
Yeah.
And the women's tag team titles haven't really been used that much, and it's been a bit of a sore point for fans of the women's revolution or everyone the women's division. You know that the tag team titles are just kind of passed here and there, and they don't really mean anything.
Yeah.
You know.
And Becky and Trish winning him.
Lita,
the other one, did feel a bit like not an afterthought as such, but. Hey, like, look, we've got someone new coming back. Let's just give him the title. Damage Control don't matter.
I think it was more like, we don't know what to do. How can we get these titles off of Damage Control? Oh, let's bring back Lita.
They didn't have a build-up or anything. There wasn't a storyline before that, apart from Becky getting upset a bit.
That match probably should have happened at Mania.
Yeah.
And then have Trish come out, and that would have been a big surprise at Mania, helping them win the titles like it happened on Raw. And then have this 6-woman tag team match at Backlash.
Yeah. That sounds like it would have been much better.
Hire me for booking, Triple H, honestly. I mean, there's not really much. I mean, there's been brawls here and there, and there's not really much else to say about this. The whole Becky and Bayley thing we've covered previously. I think they had a match at Chamber today. What was that? No,
is that the one that didn't happen?
No, that was on an episode of Raw. Was it a Rumble? I know they have had their match. It must have been all on Raw because I've got nothing on my notes here. Yeah, so I mean, that's how much the women's division means to WWE right now, is that they're not even putting the tag titles on the pay-per-views.
It's not that hard. They can think of storylines for the men.
Right.
Come on, think of some for the women.
Stop it. It's quite funny, Ronda Rousey actually took to social media to complain about that. Let me see if I can find when the last time the women's tag team titles were defended on a pay-per-view, shall we? Nope. That's wrong company.
Oops.
That's the wrong company. Women's tag team titles were last defended at Crown Jewel. That was October on a pay-per-view. Sorry, premium live event. That's, October.
That's nearly 6 months.
That's nearly half a year ago. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Come on, guys, get it together.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say about this?
No.
Who you got?
Becky's team.
Becky's team.
Yes.
Hey, guess what?
Damage Control.
I'm going for Damage Control.
Okay.
There's something about Trish joining this team which doesn't sit well.
Oh.
And Lita and Trish have one of the most storied rivalries in women history of WWE.
Okay, so you think there's going to be some backstabbing?
I think that Trish might be a little PO'd that Becky called Lita, not Trish.
Ooh.
And that she's going to turn on them at Mania.
See, I don't know much about the history of it.
Yeah.
But that sounds like that could be fun. That,
and there was a glance where Trish kind of looked at the titles when she was in, after they had that little brawl after, was in Miss TV on Raw, and they were hold the belts up, her and Becky, Lita and Becky Lynch holding the belts up. There was almost like a sideways, like a, up the belts by Trish, and then she's like, it's like, whoa, what was that?
Okay, this match just got more interesting.
Yeah, so I really do think Trish is going to just flip on him and be like, screw you guys, I'm done.
Okay. All
and then we could end up having one more Trish versus Lita. Or, I mean, they'll obviously end up, if Damage Control win this match, they'll say, look, we want another tag team title match. Damage Control will most likely get the belts back with the third-time women's champions. But then I think Trish and Lita might end up having a match at SummerSlam or something. Maybe the next one of the sort of big ones. Another normal like Backlash or one of the big ones, I think. Which could be interesting.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's let that happen.
I'll allow you to change your thing if you want.
In the spirit of predictions, I will keep it the same.
Yeah, okay. cool.
But I like your...
So we've only agreed on 2 matches thus far.
That's fine, keeping it interesting.
No, that's what I mean. That's quite interesting. We never were usually this divided. Okay, right. I'm going to introduce this next match, but then you might have to take over because yeah.
You don't want to talk about it?
No.
Yeah, I get you.
So the last match on the non-title matches predictions show, which is this one, is going to be Seth Freakin Rollins versus...
Seth? Wait.
Even she doesn't want to say it.
Logan. What the hell?
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul.
You had to make me say it.
There's a Paul in there somewhere.
You had to make me say it, didn't you, Leanne?
I was like, isn't Logan a surname?
Yeah.
It just didn't make sense in my head. But
it's also Wolverine's name.
Logan Paul.
It's also Wolverine's name.
Yeah, but you don't usually call him Logan.
It depends on which books you read.
Yeah.
There's a Wolverine comic called Old Man Logan.
Yeah. And the film was Logan, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways.
Yeah, so yeah,
that.
The only thing I've got on my notes is, I hate this guy.
Yeah. I think that go back to any of our videos where Logan Paul has been involved in the pay-per-views or premium live events. Sorry. If you want the whole background, we'll probably just skip right through it. There's been some build-up. There's been stuff with Miz.
Well, so he interfered in the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Cost Seth Rollins the United States Championship by stomping him twice.
Yep.
So
they've been back and forth.
They've been back and forth. He's knocked out Seth Rollins twice with one shot, and I really hate that.
Yeah.
Also, his brother. So anyone doesn't know, Jake Paul is his brother. He's a boxer, blah blah blah, and he challenges like MMA fighters and like martial arts specialists to boxing matches, which he then wins because they're not boxing specialists. They can't use their normal repertoire.
No.
Like, you put him in the ring with someone like Anderson Silva in an MMA fight, Jake Paul's going down in like 2 seconds flat. Anderson Silva would slaughter him.
Do you think putting him against some boxing experts, he'd probably do that?
So as much as I hate the next name I'm going to say, stick Jake Paul in with Tyson Fury. Let's see how he deals with that. Because I think he is still undefeated. And he is a legit boxer.
Yeah.
Paul will get his bell rung so hard. But the reason he lost his last match, nobody blamed it on a wet dream he had the night before.
It's so lame. Also,
sorry, what?
Why would you ever just broadcast that to anyone?
Sorry, what?
You could have made something up if that was true. You know, just say you had like some dodgy shrimp the night before and it's much more acceptable. Anyway, no shame on wet dreams. It's a natural part of life.
And then there was that tattoo thing where he had that bottle of vodka from the Swansea-based AU vodka brand.
Yeah.
And then the next time you see him he's in the fight, he hasn't got the tattoo. Like, what was it, a stick-on? Was it a Sharpie? What the hell? And he got paid £250,000 for that.
It's terrible.
This is the Paul family, ladies and gentlemen. And people love this Logan Paul guy, and I don't understand it.
And the stupid water brand, come on.
The only people that don't like him seems to be the WWE Universe, because nobody wants him near the product.
And they're using that in the story, which is both really cool and also hypocritical.
Yeah.
They know that we don't want him there, and they're still keeping him there.
Just jog on, mate. Just jog on, yeah? Go back to your water and disrespecting people who want to take their own lives.
And they're trying to drag
disgusting piece of crap.
They're trying to drag in the fans of him as an influencer, and also
It
stoke the fires of people like us who don't like him, but we'll watch this match because we want to see Seth beat him up.
In a world where cancel culture is rife, why isn't this guy being cancelled for his disgusting remarks he made in Akagahara?
We've been over this before.
Yeah, I know, but it's the only thing I want to talk about because he's a vile, disgusting human piece of trash.
Seth to win.
Seth Rollins all the way. I don't care if I'm wrong. This is what I want to happen. I want Seth to beat 7 bells out of this piece of crap.
And for that to be the last ever appearance of Logan Paul in WWE. We can dream.
Yeah.
Miz will get involved. I'm going to say that. Miz will get involved.
He might make it like No Holds Barred or something as the host.
Maybe.
But the thing is, I don't understand why The Miz is being such an advocate and trying to side with Logan Paul.
He's like flip-flopping between loving him and hating him.
Yeah, because they fought together at WrestleMania last year and The Miz turned on him. They had a match, I think it was the month later, and obviously The Miz lost to him.
Yeah.
But now they're like, he's trying to be friends with him again. It's like, mate, what are you doing? You're much better than this, Miz. Yeah. Please. Just do something better with The Miz, Triple H. Please, I'm begging you. Okay, so that was our non-title match predictions. What match are you most excited for out of the non-title matches? I can't say night 1 and night 2 for previous reasons, as mentioned at the beginning of the video. Which match are you looking forward to the most of the non-title ones?
Excuse me while I steal your notes. Edge versus Finn Balor.
Oh, hell yeah. That's going to be wild.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm really looking for... And I'm glad that Triple H is no longer doing the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Sorry, Premium Live Event. I can't get that out of my head. I've been watching since, like, God knows, it was 95, I think it is. So they've always been pay-per-views and they still trip me out. The fact that they're keeping Hell in a Cell for something special, not just because, oh, look, the PLE is called Hell in a Cell. We better have a Hell in a Cell match. I hated that. I always hated that. It's absolute crap. No.
It was good, like,
Keep it for
as a
something
one-off
special.
thing, right?
Yeah.
If it's a one-off Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, fine, but not a repeat.
Yeah. Now, keep it like this. Keep it for special events, which is what they're doing. Okay, yeah, so that's your most looking forward to match. Which match are you least looking forward to?
Oh, this one's a tough one, actually. There's a few. I think probably Brock versus Omos.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's going to be the dud. Like, at least with the women and the men showcase matches, you've got some good talent in there.
It is literally a showcase.
Yeah.
So it should have some really good stuff.
Like, ideally, I'd love Viking Raiders to win.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen,
Cool.
because apparently it's not good enough. Bollocks. No, they're great. Viking Raiders are great. You go watch anything from their, like, ROH days. Oh, my God.
I think...
You watch them in NXT. Oh, my God.
They should be in a different company.
AEW, what, huh?
I think they're not getting used.
The thing is, they could go back to Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
That is owned by Tony Khan. That means they could do a crossover with AEW stars.
I bet they'd be used over there.
Yeah.
Properly.
Imagine Viking Raiders versus the Kings of the Black Throne.
That could be cool. That'd be really
Sorry, I'm going to use their ROH name. Imagine War Machine, because that's what they were called in Ring of Honor. War Machine.
Before War Raiders.
Yeah, War Raiders and then Viking, yeah, because war is about... Yeah, okay.
Anyway, yes, those things.
Yeah, but yeah, so that was our predictions. Watch out for tomorrow when we drop our title match predictions. That'll probably be about the same length, I imagine, because there's one less match, but yeah, take us home, Leanne.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you're enjoying Wrestlemania season.
Sorry, do you say Wrestlemania?
Wrestlemania! Yeah, that's what it is.
Which Russell
now.
are we talking?
Russell's
I
Burgers.
was going to say, you say Russell Brand, and I'm just knocking you straight out.
Russell Crowe.
There we go, yeah, I'll take
Cool,
that.
Russell Crowe-mania.
Russell Crowe-mania. Are you not entertained?
We will be.
Give us a thumbs up. Not the thumbs down, give us the thumbs up in the like section.
Yes. Like video if you liked it. Subscribe. Hit that bell to be notified when we drop new videos. Follow us on socials. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can find details in a link tree link down below in the description. Comment. What match are you looking forward to most? Have you tried Prime Water? If you have, don't tell us about it. We don't care.
We don't care. Better question. If you're old enough to remember WrestleMania 21, the last time they went to Hollywood, what was your favourite vignette from that in which they parodied in the movie? And what's your favourite vignette been this year? They've been good.
Some good.
But they've been less, there's a lesser amount of them.
And one wasn't even a movie.
Yeah, it's a TV show. Yeah, Stranger Things. But the last time they did this, they obviously had a few. And then the beginning of WrestleMania, they had one that was my absolute favourite. And that leads into Russell Crowe.
Oh.
And I don't think you've seen that one. I have to show you that one. But that was my favourite from WrestleMania 21. I think my favourite one from this year that we've seen thus far is either The Miz and Maurice doing Top Gun.
Yeah.
Or Seth and Becky doing Joker.
My favourite is the Seth and Becky one.
Yeah, the Joker one was great.
It's a good one. It might be because it's the first one that I'd seen, so it was something special.
I just thought, we have a man cave? I do. It's like, whoa, okay.
So good. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Do all the things we said. And we'll see you tomorrow for our title match predictions. Happy WrestleMania.